Hey friends, I just want to let you guys update on some devotions here this morning. I've been reading a little bit in Philippians the last few weeks, and reading in Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 through 7 this morning. I want to share that with you. And so it says this: Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ. And so this is Paul, the apostle, and he's writing this letter from prison to the people of Philippi. And why is a guy in prison rejoicing? Why is he doing that? That should not be a thing, right? And I think we could even relate it to today, is why would we be rejoicing when we are stuck at home and maybe you're a senior and you don't get to have prom, you don't get to have graduation, maybe you're stuck at home and you're missing out on some really good sports or some good activities that you'd be doing normally. And maybe you're like, why would I rejoice? You see, Paul is pretty much saying here that our inner attitudes do not have to reflect our outward circumstances. And what he's pretty much saying here is that no matter what happens, Jesus is with us. No matter what Paul goes through, Jesus is with Paul through all of the struggles and all the tribulations he's going through in prison. Because our outward circumstances don't have to reflect our inner attitudes. And we actually are given a promise from Jesus himself in the Great Commission in Matthew 28. He says, go and make disciples of all nations. And at the very end of that passage, he says, for I am with you always till the very end of the age. And so we should rejoice in whatever circumstance we're in, because the circumstances should not reflect our inner attitudes. And our inner attitudes have the Holy Spirit, and they should have that promise that Jesus is with us no matter what. So guys, let's rejoice. Let's find some ways to rejoice this week, and let's share that joy with other people.